learned. Last class we discussed about character and string in array. Today we will discuss some problem on single dimensional array. Let's see. For our first program on write a program to accept 10 different decimal number in a single dimension, say A, and you have to truncate the fractional part of each number of the array A and store their integer part in another array say B. That means you have to take a double data type is in say A, and you have to truncate the integer part on array say B. Now the program is like that. Public, you have to take double data type. In that you have to store 10 elements, and again one more data type, that is a integer data type. You have to store 20 elements. Not sorry, this was a 20, not 10. Now you have to use the scanner class, and here one loop was there. Int I is equal to 0, I less than a dot length I plus plus. That means this value had to enter, that user had to enter how many elements? 20 elements had to enter. For that we are using this loop. Now you have to print double. You have to print enter double value. Now you have to print the value. Suppose you have print the value. What was that? B of I equal to int a of I. That means B of I equal to int a of I. Here what was that? In B of I you had to store the a of I, and here we had to use one conversion. Which conversion? Type conversion. And what is type conversion? That means mixed data type that you had to do in a one data types. So here integer and was there, and a of I, what was that? Double. So you had to make them in a one data type, that was a integer. So we have to write int a and a of I. You have to convert it. So suppose we enter the value 7.9. In 7.9 we have to enter that 7 will come in where? Integer part, and the fractional part will come in a of I. If you write b of I equal to a of I, it will give you the error. So like this, now like this you have to do, and after that you have to print the double truncate values. This for you have to print, after getting the truncate you have to put that value you had to print. That purpose you have taken as a I less than b dot length. After that what had to print? B of I. In this way you do the first program. That means first program you have to truncate the fractional part. The double is there. First of all you have to put the double decimal point, and you have to truncate them in a integer. Next program, what was that? You had to store 20 numbers in a single dimensional array and displays only those numbers that are a perfect square. And what is a perfect square? A number that can be expressed as the product of two equal integers is a perfect square number. Example, 25. 25 can be expressed as 5 into 5. Why? Because 5 into 5 are two equal integers. Now we come to the program. The same way, in int array you have stored how many elements? 10 elements, and you have used one more integer data types. In that you have initialized ps is equal to 0 and pb is equal to 0, and then we are using the scanner class. In the scanner class you have to enter the list. How many lists you have to enter? 10 lists, 10 elements. For that purpose you are entering the one loop you have taken. And after that system.out.print enter. What you have to do? This here you had to enter the value by the user had to enter the one value. For that purpose you have taken one loop. For int I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus. Suppose if the user are entering the value as a 25. Here we 25. So what we have to do? ps is equal to int math dot square root array of I. The user enter the value as a 25, it will become here array of I 25. So what will be happen? Here also you have to do the type conversion. So what will the square root of 25? What will give you? 5. Now you take the pp. pp is what? ps already we get as a 5. Now you find out the pp. So ps into ps, 5 into 5, what will get? 25. If pp is equal to array of I, is correct, then you have to print the perfect number, otherwise it is not a perfect number. Why? Because array of I, what was that? 25, because here a user has entered the 25. So you get the PP is equal to 25, it is correct, no, it is a perfect square. So second program is over. Now come to the third program. In this program, you have to find out the minimum, maximum values in an array. You have to find out the minimum and maximum values in an array. The same you have to do, you have to use the scanner class. Then you have to do integer x of is equal to new int 5. That means how many elements you have to enter? 5 elements you have to enter. Then you have to do one more integer data types you have to take, int, max and minimum. For you have to take one loop, for loop. Int I is equal to 0, I less than x dot length and I plus plus, this for moving purpose loop. Then you have to print it. Here what we have taken, come to here this part. In this part, max and minimum we have taken as a x of 0. X of 0 we have taken as a minimum and max. From here you have to do the working order. And here I we have taken as a 1. So come here. Int I is equal to 1, I less than x dot length, I plus plus. So now come to the, now we have to take one condition. What is the first condition? If x of I greater than max. If x of I greater than max. X of I, what was that? 1. And 1 is greater than max is, what was that? 0. Is greater than 0. So what you have to do? You have to put the x of I value in max. X of I value you have to put in a max. And what is the x of I value? 3. What is the value of x? 3. Now max value is 3. So we get the maximum value as a 3. Now again we have, because it is a condition is true. Now here we have to do one more increment. Now I value is what? 2. I value is now 2. Now x of I is greater than max. X of I is greater than max. So what will be happen? X of I is, what was that? 2. Now max value is what? 3. Into what was that? 4. 4 is greater than 3? Correct. So max is equal to 4 will get. So our condition is true. Till now we have not get the minimum here. Now we again go to the next iteration. Will go the I will be now 3. I will be now 3. Now x of 3 is greater than max. Now max is what? Max, now x of 3 is greater than max. Now what was that? 12 is greater than 4 because max value is 4. So now max value is 12. So in this way you have to do the max value. But here we stop. In 12 we have stopped. Why? Because x of 4 greater than max. Why? Because 5 is greater than 12. No, it is false. So now we will not enter the else part, because we come out from the else part. Now we'll print the, because we had till now we have not get the minimum, now we get the maximum. Minimum is already if x of I less than minimum is there. So we'll want to do, because we come to the part. Now we have to print the maximum and minimum number. Already we get the minimum is what? 2 and max is what? 12. So in this way we can do the maximum and minimum. Now our fourth program is write a program to enter 10 numbers, that is you have to do the including positive and negative numbers in a single dimensional array, and you have to display all the negative numbers followed by the positive numbers without changing the order of the number. That means you have to include the positive and negative number and you will not change the order of that. So how will do this program? Now here same thing, you have to take here one int count we have taken. Then you have to integer data type we have taken, that you have to print how many elements? 10 elements. Then we are using the scanner class. Then this scanner class for length of that 10 elements. Now here we are putting enter the number. Now we have to enter the number. In that enter the, and this number is entered by the user had to check how many values are entered by the user, which is a negative. For that purpose we are using as a if a of I is less than 0. Then this count will work 1 1. This count will add do. Now we have taken here int b. of equal to new int count. This data types for storing the negative values, and int c is equal to new int a dot length minus b dot length. Why we are saying? Because how many values we have to enter? 10 elements. So how a dot length, how many are there? 10. 10 minus 5, what will be? 10 minus 5, what will get? 5. So b dot length is a 5, and this 5 length will come in a c, the integer data type, that is a positive. So this for negative and this for positive. And here we have using one loop. What was that? Int I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, k is equal to 0, I less than a dot length, and I plus plus. And what is the use of this? See that. This we are using for, I will tell you here. See that if a of I less than 0, here this condition will use for what? Checking the positive and negative value. Which one is positive and which one is negative, that user are entering. After that we come to there. If b of j is equal to a of I. A of I, what was that? 15 is there here. Here one index there, 15. If b of, here what was that? A of I here. If a of I less than 0, that means a of I, what was that? 15. 15 is what? Positive or negative? Positive only. So what will come? B of j is equal to a of a. This value will come, a of I value will come in a b of j. So this, if it is not in a negative, then it will come, if it is a not negative, then it will come to the else part. Here it will be c. C is what? Your positive purpose. This c is for storing the value of positive. So c of k is equal to a of I. That means a of I, what was that? 15. 15 will come here, c of k. So you will get the positive value 1. Like after that it will add k plus plus. So next we had to go to the next one. What was that? 1. In this way you had to do this. And after that, int I is equal to 0, I less than count I plus plus. Then you are what all the negative value you are getting, you have to do here and print. So in this way you can do the which part? Finding the positive and negative part. Hope my dear children you can understand this program. If you find any difficulty of this program, you can call me or text me. Go through this program 2 or 3 times, then only you can understand. Thank you my dear children.